Since I was a child, I was thinking, what is wrong with this world? I remember I was 7 or 8 years old, and instead of sleeping during the night, I was questioning myself why we have so many wars, hunger, why so many kids cannot go to school, and above all, how to change it, how to change the world. Growing up, I started to work with different organizations. I was a scout, I worked for Ashoka, I contributed to Amnesty International, and many others, smaller organizations, but yet doing very important job in changing the world. And based on that experience, and above all on project which I'm doing right now, after 30 years of my life, in the moment in which I can say, I'm 100% happy, fun-filled, I cannot imagine my life to be better, and yet I still have impact, I would like to share with you 3 steps which I do believe we need to change the world. First thing is actually to start from ourselves, from our story, from our dreams, our values. In my case, it took me 2 years to honestly answer for the question, what is the purpose of my life? Where I want to go? What is important? And I realized that just in my soul, I'm nomad. I cannot stay in my place. I need to move, constantly move and change and go. And it doesn't even matter where. It just matters that I need to move, I need to go. So a little bit more than 1 year ago, although I had a really nice job, great network of people, and quite good situation, I decided to quit everything and start to travel around the world. I do it with my partner, Andrea, and we are after first 9 months of our travel, which is just the beginning, as the world is much, much bigger than Southeast Asia, which we covered so far. We visited 9 countries, and I can honestly say there is nothing better for me than traveling, than moving, than doing that. And traveling is quite fancy nowadays. You know, everybody wants to travel. But when I speak about creating your story, it doesn't have to be traveling. For example, Pamela just loved coffee, good coffee. And she wanted to include coffee in her private and professional life. While Arthur loved playing in cajon, which is a percussion instrument, kind of drum. So he took his cajon and he went to Singaporean streets, which he believed there's not enough music there. So whatever it is, if it's art, it's sport, traveling, any other kind of hobby, maybe it's your family, maybe it's business which you have, whatever makes you really happy. Really be here and now, in the flow, which you feel it's your dream and real passion. You have to start from that point. You have to go to the point in your life in which you just wake up excited that there's a new day coming. And once you have it, once you have this thing, which is a part of your story, whatever it is, you can actually use it to change the world. And although I say, create your story is the first step and change the world is the second, in fact, they are very united. So I do believe that on one hand, until you are happy with yourself, until you are in line with your values, you are not able to help others to achieve the same. But on the other hand, it's very difficult to be really happy and really fun-filled without being useful, without having meaning of your life outside yourself. So when I decided to travel around the world, I was thinking, how can I make it meaningful for other people? What can I do so it's not just traveling which makes sense for myself? And I was working at that time in Ashoka, which is international organization supporting changemakers from all over the world. And I was starting every day of my work from some inspiring story of changemaker, which in another part of the planet was solving some social problems. And it was so inspiring, so powerful, that I couldn't do anything else than also take a step, than also make a difference, do anything, small action in my local community to also change something. And I thought, maybe that's it. Maybe I meet with those change makers, those inspiring people. I will just listen to them, I will speak with them, and I will share their stories with other people. And that's what happened. During last 9 months, I did 124 interviews with different change makers, and every meeting was so powerful for myself that I thought, I cannot stop in that. I cannot stop just in storytelling. It's not enough. I want to do more and more to change the world myself, to contribute. So I start to network them, because quite often it happened that I was speaking with one change maker which faced some difficult challenge, and I had no idea how to solve it, but I knew somebody who 2 weeks before gave us interview who already overcome this problem, so I could connect these people together, or I could connect different kind of organization, social business initiatives, so together they have actually bigger impact. But even that was not enough. So storytelling, networking, and recently, as I'm trainer and coach myself, I decided to design something called Changemaker course. Based on my experience and on interviews, I create a series of workshops for people who want to do something for the world, but maybe they don't know yet how to start. We already did 3 editions, and I want to take Changemaker course with me to other parts of our travel around the world. And when I speak about change-making, I actually mean very different things. I speak about people who give access to education to kids who may not be even able to go to school. I speak about people who help the poor, who help people in need to get a job, but above all, to get dignity, hope, future. I speak about people who have organic or permaculture farm, who produce the healthy food, and at the same time, they care about our environment. I speak about people which protect animals and ocean, which gives us most of oxygen we are using. In case of Pamela, which I mentioned before, she decided to use coffee to open this social company, which on one hand will sell just fair, good quality coffee, but on the other, they use profit, which they gain thanks to social company, and they use it for organizing courses for women from disadvantaged backgrounds, during half a year course, they teach them not only how to be barista, so they give them profession, but they also give them a lot of life skills, how to believe in yourself, how to be a leader, how to collaborate. And thanks to that, they put those women, again, inside of society. Arthur, as I mentioned, he just started to play in Singaporean streets. And with time, more and more people joined him, just for fun, just for being together. And they got noticed. They got invited for some events to play on the stage, and then bigger events and bigger. And finally, also in their case, they decided to open social enterprise, within which they do the performances, but they also teach people how to play in cajon. And quite often, they put together older and younger people, or people with disabilities, which never in their life had a chance to be artists, which never in their life had a chance to express themselves through music, and suddenly they can do it, just playing on cajon, at the same time meeting people with whom they would probably never meet otherwise. One more thing, which is common for all those stories, is that all of them started without money. And that would be our third message. After create your story, change the world, The third message is to actually question things which may seem obvious, but they are not. In our case, we question economic system. When we decided to travel around the world, we didn't have any money for that. And we thought, okay, maybe we go to Dubai or we go to Scandinavia, we work for a few years, we save money, and then we travel around the world. But in fact, this solution was not in line with our value, and we just didn't want to waste our life doing something which is not interesting and not useful. So we start to think, what if instead of earning a lot of money, we spend less of them? We offer people what we already have, our skills, our knowledge, just in exchange for accommodation and food. It will not only allow us to lower our budget, but above all, we can become a part of community. So the story which we tell, Changemaker stories, would be stories from within. It would be not the story of client, not even the journalist. That would be the story of somebody who really was a part of community. 1 year ago, we were not sure it can work. We just had hope. But today, after first 9 months of our travel, I can stand here and I can say, it's working. It's working much better than I ever thought. And just to give you a few examples, what can be done based on exchange. We spent 2 weeks in the middle of Thai jungle, where we used all the attractions designed for tourists, bamboo rafting, hiking through the waterfalls in the jungle. We spent night in the floating village, in one of the most beautiful lakes I ever seen in my life. And we did all of that, not just with tourist guides. We did it with a few families from the village, so women, men, a lot of kids, 15, 20 people traveling with us. So we could really become a part of community, see how they collaborate, how they are together, and experience that. We spent also 2 weeks in a Malaysian cultural village, where we get to know Bobo Hizan, which is local shaman. So thanks to that, we know some tricks and traditions connected with all these magician things. And with the band which you see on the other side, we participated in the wedding of local star, local singer. We spent also almost a week in a very luxurious hotel in Siem Reap, which is the most touristic part of Cambodia, which I have to say was quite nice, because after sleeping on the floor for 3 months, we finally had bed and hot shower and even jacuzzi and swimming pool. And, what is my favorite story, we could feed, hug, and wash the happiest elephant in Thailand. And in all these cases, we could create our story, and we could also contribute to changing the world, because we helped all those initiatives by teaching English, by creating simple website, by working on the farms, by doing workshops, by telling their stories. So both creating your story and change the world were possible just based on exchange. And if it's not money which is needed to change the world, what is that? To answer that question, I would like to quote some of changemakers I spoke with. As I mentioned, there was 124 of them, and there were people from different countries, very different background, different age, different gender, some of them with disabilities, and yet they agree for a few very important points. The only way to make significant impact is collaboration. We need to connect to each other, and we need empathy. We need passion, and we have to trust our instincts. And we need to start. Start with small steps. Don't let the fear of not having a big impact keep us from making whatever impact we can. So just get up and start doing. Don't be the one who sees problem, but the one who sees solution. Dare to dream. Take risk. Believe in yourself. And just do it. Just do it. Do it. If there's anything I really learned about changing the world, is that the only way to do it is a collaborative change. I don't believe in any hero change makers. There is no government, no company, no big organization which will change the world. It's me, and it's you. It's every person on this planet which need to take a step, and together we can change the world. Thank you very much.